feel like you've not got
Hello everybody and welcome to the Tardis Zone live. It's nice to see you all here. You are probably wondering why I am streaming. Well, right now on YouTube, Tardis, Matrix, Lord and Best Cast Member have decided to do a stream where they're going to talk about me because, you know, they can't not talk about me. Now, Joe is making the ridiculous claims again. Now listen, Lee defended himself, okay, when he went to Tardis. By the way, Lee has put that screenshot up for everybody to see. You talk about bullying a minor. You have a minor on your own YouTube channel right now, so maybe you should look into that before you actually start sprouting about harassing a minor when you have a minor on your channel yourself. And to that minor, I'd just like to say, well, you sent me an email the other night. Was that email bullshit, mate? Did it just, you know, did shit just come out of your mouth and words just came out or something and you come up with that email? And Joe, just to give you a word of advice, mind your own bloody business about my marriage and what I do. Nobody can visit the hospitals because you live in the United States of America. You don't know how my country is run, okay? So the hospitals you're not allowed to visit. Not that I need to explain to you, but I'll explain it anyway. And by the way, you're going around telling everybody that I bashed you first, right? Because of this thread. Yes, I did put up a thread. You're right. I did put up a thread. You got your nose out of joint and then you started your attack videos. Okay? Not me. You started your attack videos. So get your fucking information straight. All right? You're the one that started all of this. All right? Now, your behavior these past couple of weeks, it's quite interesting that you're talking on your stream about my behavior. You've absolutely no evidence to prove that I've been doing any of this thing. You keep telling me what Lee, Daniel, and others are doing, but you've provided no evidence of me telling people to unfollow you or unsub you. In writing, show me the evidence, show me the photographic evidence. There is none, right? Absolutely none whatsoever. You're making all of this stuff up because you got your nose out of joint because I basically contradicted your Doctor Who news, and you're still wrong. There is no filming, and by the way, there was more restrictions put up in Wales as well, so I'd like to know how you think that they're going to be filming. Another thing as well, you seem to bring a lot of people on your streams, right, because you can't do any of this yourself, right? You need someone there, right? You cannot take me on by yourself because you're that weak. You're a weak-minded individual. It's as simple as that. All right, and weak-minded people like you always try get other people involved and get the vulnerable involved. Now you've got Tardis on your stream, and you've got this bad cast member. Bad cast member don't even know the bloke, and he's talking about me, right? You might spin all of this and tell people that you're doing this, that, and the other. All people have to do is just go to your Twitter account and look at your videos. Yes, I did say certain things during the live stream because I was angry because my wife was in hospital. And again, it's none of your business why I streamed. But I did receive a message off Cheryl, which I showed everybody. But because, you know, you want to spin things, you didn't see that message. Cheryl actually told me to do the stream because she knew it would keep me occupied. Not that I need to explain that to you, but I'll explain it anyway because you're making comments about my wife and about my marriage. It's none of your business what I do in my marriage. It's as simple as that. So listen, at the end of the day, you need to cop on to yourself, right? You need to stop. You haven't stopped. You're telling people you've stopped. You haven't done that. But you've been writing up on Twitter, right? You've been writing private messages to other people. Would you like to tell people what you did to David Travels Through Time, you and why? I won't mention the other person that was involved, but why went to David Travels Through Time to ask if you could come on his stream? And because he ignored you or something, you went on a big mad rant at a guy who has autism. So you talk about me going after people. You've went after Daniel. You've wrote a message to Emmett. You went after David Travels Through Time. These are all vulnerable people. You talk about me going after vulnerable people, but you're the one that goes after vulnerable people. I am not coming on to his show. He doesn't exist as far as I can say. Listen for a minute, right, Dad man? You can pass on this message to him, right? He thinks that I have this personal vendetta against him and I have to be right about Doctor Who news. I'm going to make this clear. I don't give a flying fuck whether my news is right or wrong. The problem is that Joe thinks his news is right, and he went and he did videos where he was going, Matrix Lord is right, and celebrating, right? So he's the one that's doing all of this, but yeah, he twists it, makes it sound like I'm the one. I do not care whether my news is right or wrong. By the way, you keep bringing up the musical episode. Tardis bro, you were wrong about the musical episode. Well, I actually showed a screenshot of that a couple of weeks ago, but because you don't bother watching, Doctor Who production news was the one that broke that. I actually did a video and followed up on it, and I put the original tweet up. I put the original tweet up on my Twitter account a few days back. So no, I didn't report that one. That was reported by Doctor Who production news, and because I covered all Doctor Who news, it was included in the news that I was doing. The problem is this. It's quite simple, because he's brought it up in his video, right? He's got a problem about this thread that I put up, because he thinks I'm personally attacking him because it basically refutes every bit of information he put out there. That's what we do. Joe's been doing it ever since he's been doing source news. If you even look at his videos the past months, anytime he's been talking about someone's rumor, he's actually said that it's fake, right? It's not true, right? So he's allowed to go and say that other people's news is fake and is not true, but as soon as someone else then pulls him up, or someone else says that his news might be right, this is the result, right? He twists everything, right? It's as simple as that. And I wasn't going to say anything, right? I did a video this morning, but then he decided to do a few more videos, right? And I'm sick and tired of people telling me to be silent, right? This guy continues to harass people, right? He continues to make these wild accusations without even showing a shred of evidence. He is saying that I'm getting people to unsub and to go on to his gaming stream. Show me actual proof where I actually say to people, right, I want you to unsub and unfollow Matrix Lord. Show me that evidence. If you do not have that evidence, shut up. It's as simple as that, right? It's as simple as that. You are all talking about, and I look at a few of the people, because I have your chat on live, and I see a few of the people that follow me are in there now, and they're trying to calm you down. They're trying to tell you that it's only a TV show, and they're right. It's only a TV show, but you've made this personal, right? Nobody else but you. You made this personal, right? Nobody else. You've got a hump because someone decided, you know, that they were going to dispute your news and you don't like it. But you go around and you do it to people all the bloody time. All the time. It's actually quite funny, isn't it? So it's all right for you to do it, Mr. Matrix Lord, but it's not all right for everybody else to do it. Isn't it not? It's one rule for you and another rule for others. I don't care if my news is right or wrong. I never gave a damn. Why do you think I give disclaimers? I don't care. You're the one that's getting a tiffy because you are wrong. And you were wrong, right? Come out with Jodie Whittaker's mouth. You are willing to accept if Jodie Whittaker came out and said that you are filming and you're making a song and dance about and saying, are people going to apologize to me? Are people going to apologize to me when when Jodie announces that they're filming? But Jodie didn't announce that they're filming. You got your hump, you got yourself in a hump over that, and then you start attacking me. Simple as that. You didn't like it. At first you thought I was a troll, right? Do you remember the private conversations we had? You thought I was a troll and all. I had to convince you that it wasn't me, and then you found out it wasn't, then you apologized, and then you came back at me again and attacked me again, all because of this stupid thread. And the reason why the thread stays pinned to me post is to remind everybody why this all started, right? And it's not going anywhere. It's going to stay pinned on me post, even if I get new Doctor Who news. And I don't care if you have Doctor Who news, release it. That's what you do. You know what I mean? The thing about it is, you know, you have a problem with people analyzing your news and picking your news apart, but you do it to other people's news. Maybe you should grow up, and then maybe then everything would be okay. You just need to grow up, to be honest with you. You started all of this, right? And then it culminated in people coming onto my account and trolling my wife, right? And you are partly responsible. You are partly responsible. For 2 weeks, you've had a vendetta on YouTube, on Twitter. You've been sending messages to known troll accounts. You've even gotten Aslan the Lion involved. That's all I'll say. And you've got others involved. You've got really nasty people involved. As I said, you have to bring people on, right, to talk about me, right? You can't do this by yourself. You can't talk about me by yourself. You need other people to back you up, right? You're wrong, and you know you're wrong, right? And I'm not coming on your channel. I don't want the platform off you because you get no views anyway. I don't really give a crap. And yeah, you can take that as an insult because it is an insult, right? You want to go around insult me and then make it about you after my wife ended up in hospital. Disgusting. Disgusting, mate. You're a disgusting, vile person, right? All of this because of a TV show. And you started all of this by attacking me in a video. You started all of this, not me, right? You want to be the one that's right about Doctor Who news. I don't give a crap whether you're right or wrong at this stage. I really don't. The funny thing about it is your behavior has shown everybody, whether you like it or not, your behavior has shown everybody that people should sit up and take notice. Why is he reacting like this if his news is spot on? Why does he need to react like this? Why does he need to do all of these videos? Why does he feel that he needs to slate me, Lee, Daniel, and everybody else on Twitter, which I showed everybody on the YouTube channel last night? Obviously, I censored the tweets, but you'll see all the tweets. I've shown evidence, right, of all of this stuff, right? Because nobody on YouTube was actually seeing all the stuff that was going on, right? So I wanted to show all of you guys. Now he's actually searching through. What's he doing? Yeah, leave him. But anyway, as I said, you know, it's absolutely ridiculous. Carry on. All of this because of Doctor Who news. And I'm not, listen, everybody's told me to stay silent. I'm staying silent no more. I'm sorry, because it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, right? And he's not going to stop. He's not going to stop. He's a bully, plain and simple, right? And people need to open their eyes. Go and talk to these people that I've mentioned. Ask them what was said to them, right? Rabbi, Bolstrek and others get sent private messages from this twat telling them to that I'm going to turn on them and all. He's the one that's doing all the things behind the scenes, not me, right? I don't have time to be trolling people. And do you know what? The funny thing is that Matrix Lord knows quite well, right? If I come after anybody that's attacked me and I feel of being unjustly attacked, I will actually go to them and face them face to face. So I don't use underhanded tactics. So I don't need to use troll accounts, right? I don't need to use anything. It's as simple as that, right? You need to get over yourself. It's as simple as that. This is Doctor Who news, for God's sake, right? And I'm not apologizing because I didn't do that, because I heard one of your streamers saying, well, if Noel came on and apologized. I'm not apologizing. I didn't do anything. You're the one that did it. You need to apologize to me. Simple as that. I'm not apologizing. I did absolutely nothing wrong, right? You just got your hump, and you've even said it in your stream. And I wish people would actually listen to what he's actually saying. He's very clever. He thinks he's twisting things, but he even brings up the Doctor Who news. This is why he's mad. He's mad over this thread. And this is why he'll continue his vendetta, because it eats away at him every day, you see. Every day it eats away at him because I leave that thread pinned up. And I'm going to continue to leave the thread pinned up. And if all my news is wrong, it's wrong. People will see that it's wrong. Do I care? No. Right? But at the end of the day, right, the whole thing that all this started was because I said that Doctor Who Series 13 had not began filming, him and others, right? And he still brings up, oh, there's Twitter accounts and all saying it was filming. Who cares? Is it the BBC? No. Right? And even after Jodie Whittaker says that it's not filming, he still won't accept it. But he wanted me to accept that she said filming had started. So how does that work? How is that logic, Joe? How is that logic, mate? Right? It's not. It's not. They're not filming, right? They're as we said, okay, there'll be an official announcement made by the BBC. The rumour is the first week in November. But I will say this, there's had to be a new COVID restrictions in Wales. So again, that might put all of that to scupper. Nobody knows, and that's all I've said, and that winds him up. He even actually told me, right, in a message, I won't share any private messages because they're private and because it's actually against the law, believe it or not. We read up on it. It's actually against the law to release private messages and put them on a different platform. You could show public tweets and stuff like that and stuff that is already public, but you can't show any private conversations. But look, what was I going to say? It was about a private comment. Yeah, but I mean, look, at the end of the day, he's wrong. He's wrong. Filming didn't begin. Jodie Whittaker confirmed it. If he doesn't want to accept that, that's his problem. It's not my problem. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? And this is what this is all over. It's all over Doctor Who news. It's all over Doctor Who news. And he continues to do his streams and he continues to do his little tweets. He continues to talk to people behind me back and turn people. Imagine, right? All you guys that follow me, right? I'm going to be out straight with you. Daniel, right? This fella is saying that Daniel's a bully. How many people in the chat actually think Daniel's a bully and goes around bullying people at my request? Right? Because this is if people can't see through that, right? If people cannot see through that he's actually accusing Daniel. I don't care if he accuses me and Lee, right? Okay, he can accuse us of that, and if people want to buy that bullshit, fine. Fair enough, buy it. I don't care, right? He's no evidence. He never has any evidence because we're not actually doing what he's claiming that we're doing. Now, he's given out about Lee because Lee has defended himself, right? Lee has left a few comments on Joe's stuff. I'm not going to go behind the door about that. But it's after Joe has done a video, I'll put up a tweet. But Joe forgets to actually mention that. So Lee has every right to respond, just like I have every right to respond, and just like everybody else has every right to respond to fake and false accusations. Simple as that, right? Now I'm just gonna say this. I said yesterday, I said during my live stream, that I wanted this drama to stop, right? It's clearly not going to stop, right? Because this guy is not going to stop until his news is either, this stops when his news is verified, or he wants it to be verified. So the sooner BBC come out with an official announcement to say either whether filming has begun or hasn't begun, that's when this ends. Right? Until then, he's going to continue to do this. Right? Now, he's on there now because I'm actually watching, believe it or not. He's on there now, and he had Tardis on, and he had the best cast member on his channel. Now, Tardis sent me an email, as I said, and it was a lovely email, by the way. But then he comes on and he does something like this and comes on to the show. Now, Joe's thing is, well, Noel and Lee is trying to stop people from coming onto my streams because that's why they were talking. No. Well, the reason why we're giving out is because you're bringing people onto your streams and you're getting them involved. This is between me and you, right? Or, well, it's not even between me and you. It's you and your head, because I don't want any of this. Never did. You know, you got your hump. You got your back in a hump. Your nose out of joint because of a tread. You really are sad. You really need to look at yourself. You know, I mean, you just decided, you've done a video this morning where you actually lift one of me clips, or you got someone to lift one of the clips to do a video. If that was to insult me, it was actually rather funny. I was actually going to comment this morning and say that was actually rather funny, believe it or not, the Simpsons one. But you, again, you couldn't help yourself, right? You're putting up tweets on Twitter as well yesterday. You just can't help yourself. You're the one that's doing this. And I have a right to reply. And I'm sorry for people saying, well, you should keep ignoring them. Listen. How long do I ignore him? How long do I let him continue to do what he's doing? I don't care if he comes after me, but he's getting innocent people involved, right? Like Daniel, David travels through time. Even Emma was sent a message. He's getting Ballstreck involved. He's getting Rabbi involved. He's sending private messages to people. This is the man that says everything on his stream, right, about me. He's actually talking about himself. How many times do I have to tell people, look at my video last night, look at all the tweets he's put up. I've censored them, so obviously I don't get into trouble, but I've censored his name, right? And I'll show you who he's sending the tweets to, and I'll tell you who he's telling that I'm supposed to be trolling. Right, there's loads. There's about 15 tweets there alone in that video where he's going to people, inciting people, instigating people, trying to get people to bully and troll me because he's saying that we're bullying and trolling them with sock accounts. Now, if you guys cannot open your eyes once and for all and see that, because I'm sick of people coming, oh, we should stop the drama with Joe. You know, people are finding it very difficult because they don't want to choose sides. Listen, I'm not starting any of this drama. Get that through your heads for starters, right? And second of all, yeah, if you go and look at the fucking evidence like I've been telling you, you would know who's at fault for all of this and you wouldn't be coming anywhere near me, right? It's as simple as that, okay? He has a problem because of a thread, right? And he thinks I'm attacking him personally. Listen to me, Joe. I am not attacking you personally, right? I actually considered you a friend, someone that I thought had my back and I would have your back, right? You've been going around dismissing other people's Doctor Who news and nobody's had a problem with it. As soon as one person disputes your Doctor Who news, this is what happens. You've dragged the fandom through all of this. Right? Nobody else. You've dragged the fandom through all of this. I am not a bully. Daniel's not a bully. And Lee's not a bully. If anything, we respond back to stuff that's being said about us and we have every right to do so. So you can twist it all you want and tell people that we're bullying it because we're responding to stuff that you're putting up. Right? This is the problem. People are not looking at that and people are coming to me. Right? People I haven't even heard from in ages coming to me. Like telling me, would you not leave it out? Tell him to leave it out. Right? Stop coming to me all the time. All right? He's got it in his head. I'm attacking him. Listen, Joe, I'm not attacking you, mate. You really need to get that out of your head. Right? You dismiss other people's Doctor Who news and nobody says anything to you. I dismiss your news once. No. Okay, I've done it a few times. You're right. But that's what we do. You done it to me last year. So what's the big fucking deal, mate? It's if your source is right, as you claim, right, all you need to do is just sit back and let your news do the talking. You don't even need to do any of this because you'll be vindicated and then you can come back to me and go, ha, 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 I was right, now give me the apology, right? But no, that's not the way it is with you, isn't it not? And it's sad because you know what, I do consider you a friend. You know, we've had our ups and downs over the last couple of years, but I thought we got past all of that bullshit. But clearly not. Clearly not. You don't like being challenged. And that's what it is. And I wish you'd admit it. You don't like being challenged. Right? You don't like your news being challenged or anything like that. And you bring up about this musical episode. As I said, that was actually reported by Doctor Who Production News. I actually put up the tweet a couple of weeks ago because Mr. Tardis refused to decide to stick his nose in. And I actually said, no, there's the tweet, and there's the person that actually reported the first, and there's my video on it, right? So I reported on news that was out there on Twitter land, all right? Simple as that. Just like you would do if you see a newspaper article or a Twitter account that claims that Doctor Who filming, you did the same, Joe. You did the same, right? You seen that account and you reported on that account, didn't you? And you said, I'm right about Doctor. I was told you I was right about filming, right? And then that account turned out to be dodgy. Now the account is back, by the way, but it's restricted itself, right? But this account provided absolutely no evidence, right? They said he had a photograph, and when I went in to click into the link, there was no photograph there. Later on that night, the account disappeared. Now you used that along with the fact that others out there and your source were saying that film was begun. Even though a few days later then, during Comic-Con, Jodie Whittaker herself said, we hope to film by the end of the year. We're in prep right now. And that's true. They're in prep. That doesn't mean they're filming. They might take external shots and all of that. You know how filming goes just as well as I do. There'll be no actors or actresses present, right? So they are not officially filming. Okay, and this is what this is all about. Because Jodie Whittaker didn't back you up, right? And a few people called you out, and I was one of them, and rightly so, because you were bragging and gloating. So you deserve to be called out, because you were going around telling people like Super John, well, if I'm right, you need to apologise, and other people need to apologise. Apologise for what exactly, though? Apologise for what? Right? Until your information is verified, it's all rumour and speculation anyway. So if people come to you and say, well, I don't believe you, that's their right. That's their right. Because it's rumour and speculation until verified. It's as simple as that. I didn't want to fight with you because, you know what, Joe? We're kind of similar to each other in a way. Now, your madness is a bit more than mine, I have to be honest. But we're quite similar. And I think that's why we do clash, because we are similar, right? Both of us don't want to back down. But this is doing nobody any good in the fandom. All I just want you to do, Joe, is to stop doing your videos about me. I have actually just been doing stuff, but then I've seen a tweet by you. And yes, I did respond. And okay, I will say this one thing, right? Because you brought up about the donut. Okay, you are right there. I shouldn't have said that about the donut, right? I shouldn't have told you to choke on a donut. You're right. That was wrong. And for that, I apologise. But the reason why I said that was because I had seen what you had done, right? And the stuff that you were saying about me. I was angry. My wife went to hospital too, right? And was having problems with her heart. I was angry, right? So for that part, right? For the donut, I will apologise for. But I'm not apologising for anything else because, to be quite honest with you, you know, you started this, right? As I said, you just got your back in a hump because of this news. Right? This all stops, right? You can actually stop this, Joe. You really can. You could stop this, and this is how you stop this. You stop doing your videos and you're writing tweets about me and Lee. Now, I will say something, and Lee is in my chat right now, and I will say this. If Lee does engage in any of that behaviour, right, or anybody else that's associated with my channel, they already know because I've told them anyway. I've said it publicly, and I'll say it again. Anybody that does engage in the so-called behavior that you're actually saying that people engage in, which you've provided no evidence. The only evidence that you've provided is that Lee went to Tardis after Tardis and yourself had done a video, a hit piece on me and Lee, spoke about us for 23 minutes, right? Calling us evil and others. Lee had a right to respond. Now, you talk about minors. Again, I have to be honest with you. You talk about Lee attacking a minor, but you had a minor on your channel twice now. So, you know, you're kind of contradicting yourself a little bit there. And as I said, you have went after other people. Now, I could easily, because you know me, I don't give a crap. I could get those private conversations off those people and put them up for everybody to see. But it's not for me to do that. Right? And it's not for me to ask. I don't play dirty like that. Right? But I could show everybody the way you've been speaking to other people that have vulnerabilities in this fandom. Right? You keep saying you've twisted it and told people that I'm attacking people with autism. Well, you clearly don't watch me show, because every Friday night I do have a mixture of guests on, and I have people on my channel that have autism. I have people on my channel that have disabilities. I have people on the channel, including myself, that have learning difficulties and have difficulties with their words like I do, right? So, look, again, everybody just has to look at the actual evidence and see that it's all bull. It's all bull. And as I said, you know, Joe can stop all of this. It's quite simple. All he needs to do is stop doing these videos attacking me and Lee. Stop bringing on people inciting others to attack me and Lee. If he stops all of that, we all move on, don't we? Right, but he keeps saying, I keep doing this, that, and the other. But it's him. He does it on Twitter as well. See, this is the thing. He's only giving you all half of the story on YouTube. That's why I decided last night that I'd show you all the tweets and I'd censor them. Because I'm sick of people blaming me. So I wanted to show people his behaviour and the kind of stuff he's writing. Now, that still hasn't opened people's eyes up, and everybody thinks that Daniel's a bully, I'm a bully, Lee is a bully. Well, then, to be quite honest with you, I'd rather you didn't stay sub to me, right? Because the evidence, if you've actually looked at it and took the time to look at the evidence, you will actually see it's not actually me doing any of this, right? Now, people will say, but you're responding. Yeah, well, listen, he's picking on the vulnerable, as I said. What do you want me to do? Sit back? You should all give out to me if you constantly attack Daniel, or if you constantly attack someone that had autism or whatever, or disability. You would give out to me for not standing up for those people, right? So that's why I continue to do what I do, because of those people, right? And even after my wife got sick and stuff like that, he made it about himself and his girlfriend. Oh, you get upset when people pick on my girlfriend. Well, sorry, mate. Nobody sent your girlfriend to hospital, right? My wife ended up in hospital. But the fact that you made it about you again just goes to show you. You've got this ego. So, listen, before you start going on about minors and stuff and Lee doing this, that, and the other, maybe you should consider who you have on your channel. And another thing as well, if you're going to be attacking me, have the decency to actually do it by yourself and not be getting others involved, innocent people involved, right? Because that's what you're doing. You're getting innocent people involved, and then you're twisting it down that I'm getting all these people involved, and I'm the one that's upsetting the fandom when you're the one that's upsetting the fandom. You're the one that's upsetting the fandom. It's as simple as that. We heard very disturbing voice messages the other night, myself and Lee, and we found out we got down to the real issue of why David Travels Through Time acted like that in the 40-minute video. It was because two grown-ass adults decided to have a pop at him because Joe was woke up out of bed, and because, you know, David was supposed to have him on the stream or something, and apparently David ignored him. And then two people went into one sent him a voice message, which I won't mention, a couple of voice messages to say how dare you, basically letting him down. And then he gets told by one of these people to not hide behind his autism or use his autism as an excuse for being an asshole. Right? That's the bottom line. I've got plenty of evidence, by the way. Right? The only problem is it's all private conversations, and I'm not going to play dirty. I'm not going to release them because it's not my job to release them. Right? But there's plenty of evidence. This guy, listen, I'm trying to save Joe right here. He doesn't really understand this. I want this to stop because Joe doesn't realize he's actually doing more damage to his channel than he realizes, right? He thinks that I'm telling people to dislike his videos and to go in and troll his videos. No. People are going in, right? And this has nothing to do with me. People are going in because they're seeing and they're looking through his bullshit and they're disliking his video. That's not my fault, Joe. You've turned people against you. It's as simple as that. You think you have all this support. All you have the support of is most of my enemies. People that actually used me, by the way, and then fucked off. Right? That's who you have. Right? I've got the support of people within the Fandom Menace. Actually, I've been sent 2 messages by people, the Fandom Menace. The Fandom Menace has a series of books. The person behind the Fandom Menace books actually wants me to come on and talk about mental health issues with men in fandom. So I've gotten plenty of offers. Look, at the end of the day, this is not who has the bigger dick, or as Dean would say. But at the end of the day, you're the one that's doing damage to your channel. I'm not doing. And by the way, those 10 subs that you keep bringing up that I lost, that's because of the what YouTube doing. But I'm back up again. I'm back up. My subs are back up again. So I haven't lost anybody. I just thought I'd put that out there because you're making a big deal out of 10 subs or something when we all know our subs fluctuate all the time, like, you know. So, I mean, look, I have support. My wife has support. Lee has support. Daniel has support, right? The only people not supporting us are people that are obviously haven't looked at all the evidence or refuse to look at the evidence, as I said, or hate my guts personally. right? But at the end of the day, as I said, I've asked you to provide evidence of me telling people to unsub you, and you still haven't. And you still haven't, because you have none. So, see, I mean, look, if you stopped with your slanderous tweets, as I said, none of this would be happening. And I do have a right to reply. And when you go after Daniel, you go after David Travis through time, and you send messages to Emma and all my friends to try and convince them, well, then I'm sorry. You know, I could be sitting here getting angry. I'm way past angry now. I just think you need to grow up. And I think you need to accept the fact that there's going to be people out there, whether you like it or not, that when they do source news might sometimes have opposite news to you. So, you know, all I will say is this. You stop with your tweets, you stop with your videos, and then you won't hear a peep from me. But I'm not going to stop doing me Doctor Who news. Right? So if you have a problem with that, I don't really care. You need to grow up. And by the way, Eddie put out news. Don't care if you disputed it. You can do that if you want to, by the way. But you hear me, I don't give a crap. Right? But we put Doctor Who news out there, so go and check it out and do whatever you want to do with it. Right? At the end of the day, Joe, I don't care. You've made this personal, not me. It's as simple as that. And you brought it up in your stream just there, right? This has got to do with a pinned tweet, and you're still rubbed up because you brought it up again. Why is it still pinned? As I said, it's going to continue to stay pinned there because, you know, I've done nothing wrong. I've done what you've been doing for the last whatever years. When people bring out news, as you do source news, then if your source comes back with something different, you'll report it. And that's exactly what I did, and you got yourself rubbed up the wrong way because of that. We got a $2 super chat. Sorry this happened. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Douglas. I really appreciate it. So, look, as I said, this madness needs to stop because innocent people. And by the way, I'm not bringing innocent people into it because anybody will ask you. I haven't went to Daniel. I haven't went to David. I haven't went to Emma. I haven't went to all of these people and said, listen, don't sub to Matrix Lord. Send me all of this crap. I want to nail him. That's not me. I don't play those games, right? And I certainly don't get other accounts involved, especially accounts that don't like me, and you're using them. In fairness, you've shown your true colors. You've shown your true colors. It's sad. It's sad because I thought we were friends. I really did. Really did. I thought we got over here, Bull. You know, because we haven't had the best relationship at the start. And I thought we got over. I thought we got over all of that nonsense, but clearly not. Clearly not. I'll say it again, Joe. This wasn't a personal attack on you whatsoever or your sources, right? You've been going around and disputing other people's Doctor Who news, and nobody has really said that much, right? But as soon as someone does it to you, you go and you act like this, okay? And your first couple of videos when you first started this are very disturbing. People should really go back and look at those videos and see how disturbing this all is. I don't want, listen, you've got it in your head that I want to take you down. I don't want to take you down. That's not my game. You're going to end up taking yourself down, though, if you keep this behavior up. I just want you to stop. Let him invite whoever he wants onto his streams, though. See, again, I don't care. I don't care if he brings Daniel on. See, he thinks I care. I don't care. Ask Rabbi on as well. Ask Bolstrek on. Ask Gary on. I don't care who he brings on. He thinks I have this in my head. I have this, that I have a problem with who he brings on because they're on my channel. I don't care. There's plenty of room. Anybody can come on your bloody channel. I don't have a problem with anybody coming on your channel. What the problem I have with is that when you do bring people on your channel, you use them to have a pop at me and others. That's why I have a problem. I don't care if you bring Bad Wolf on. And this whole ridiculous thing about me going after Bad Wolf, or I explained to Bad Wolf why I removed him as mod. Okay? Bad Wolf was not showing up on me streams, and he'll admit that himself. Bad Wolf was not coming on to me streams. He was showing up every now and then because he's had issues with his heart, and and because he's been gaming with you and stuff, so he's been busy on other people's channels, right? So I need moderators, especially after the incident. I explained to him, I need moderators that are there with me every night. And I know the people that are there with me every night. And he wasn't the only mod removed, by the way. I removed several mods that are no longer with this channel or don't show up as much. It's as simple as that, right? There is no vendetta against Bad Wolf because we actually literally had a conversation at 5 o'clock this morning. A whole conversation, right? So don't be giving me all this crap, right? That I dumped Bad Wolf. I haven't dumped Bad Wolf. And if Bad Wolf was here, he'd actually tell you to your face. He hasn't been dumped by anybody, right? All I did was I removed moderators that aren't there because of the incident that my wife got attacked, because there was loads of messages coming in, and I need moderators that are going to be there all the time, right? And I have 5 moderators that show up every time, and then there's a couple of moderators that haven't showed up. So I decided to streamline and get rid of those people as mods. I've explained this. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he demands I stop, but he's the one that's throwing mud. And this is the point. This is why I decided to stream, to show the hypocrisy. Go over and watch him now. And you know what? Again, I see people in his chat that do be on my channel. Am I giving out? No, I don't give a shit. There's plenty of room for us all on YouTube. Let people, those people will then be on my stream over the weekend. Who gives a crap? One of them that's actually in the chat right now with you is actually a guest on my channel. Am I making a big deal out of it? No. Have I went to that person and said, listen, I don't want you on my channel anymore because you're supporting Matrix Lord? No. He still appeared on my channel. And Gary has made it very clear that he likes watching the two of us. And for the last 3 weeks since all of this rubbish has been happening, I've still had Gary on my channel. And he supports you. So don't be giving me this crap that I'm getting people to unsub you. I'm not getting people to unsub you. I don't care. You think I care? I don't. It's as simple as that, right? I don't care. I really don't. These people, it's crazy. Gary will be on my stream for the Classic Who watch along on Saturday. And he's there with you now. I don't have a problem with that. So, you know, cop on, man. Cop on, right? You have all of this in your head. So I will stop. I will stop once he stops. Stop it, Ted. Ted, it's only a firework. Come on. Listen, Joe, I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you actually have me stream on while you're streaming, right? But I'll say this. Stop doing your tweets. Stop doing your videos, right? This ends tonight. This ends tonight, right? Simple as that. This ends tonight. You agree to stop, right? Because I'm being honest, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to accept, because I'm just responding every time you do something. You stop and I'll stop responding. It's as simple as that. And if you want to prove that you're sincere, right, you would take down, and I'm asking you as a request to take down those 2 streams that you did, where you're talking about me and Lee and Daniel and others, and you're bringing other people on. Because I think that is unfair. You know, it's disgusting, to be quite honest, that you're using other people to come after me. You know, at the end of the day, Joe, you know, you're man enough and bold enough and big enough to come after me yourself. Why use others? I don't need to use other people. You keep saying that I do, but they only defend themselves about shit that you write up about them. And that's the truth and the fact of the matter. So, and yeah, and the tweets, exactly, the tweets where you're actually sending to that troll account and telling them that we're actually trolling all these people. If you really want this to stop, you will. Because it doesn't matter. Even if you do stop, people will look at those videos and still come and attack me. So, well, he has agreed. Right. Well, we're getting somewhere then, aren't we, Joe? See, this is all we needed to do. Communication. But you didn't want to talk to me. All we had to do was talk to each other. Not get anybody involved and just talk to each other. And we could have sorted this a long, long time ago. Long time ago. I'm going to say it to you again, Joe, because I know you're listening. I have never went out personally to attack you. Never. I consider you and had considered you a friend. A very good friend at that. Right? You've even had my back and I've had your back. Right? And we're fighting over something like Doctor Who news. Now, listen, I know you don't like the fact that your news was disputed, but that's the way it happens, Joe. Joe, it happens to me as well. You know that, right? None of this needed to happen, right? You took it personally. You really did. This was not personally. Oh, this wasn't personal, Joe. I wasn't coming after you. This is not a personal attack on you, your channel, or anything like that. That was the information I received and I put it up. And if it does dispute your news, I'm sorry, but that's just what I got, right? It's as simple as that. You do the same thing too. You put up a video 4 weeks ago, now I say it is, where the latest rumor about Gillian Anderson and all the other stuff, and you came out and you said that was only a rumor fabricated, and you said it was false, right? You said it was, in fact. Nobody gave out Joe to you. Nobody came after you, did videos about you, or pour up tweets about you, or going after you personally. This is what I mean. This didn't need to happen. It just didn't need to happen at all. None of this needed to happen. Oh. Joe, can you honestly say that all of this has been good for you? Seriously. Because I can tell you, it hasn't been good for me, mate. So, again, if he's not, he won't take, again, well, Matthew says it there, he's not willing to take responsibility. So, I mean, if someone like that is not willing to take responsibility, then how are we supposed to move on? If he's not willing to take responsibility for his part in things, like I've apologized about making that comment about the donut, right? Right, I apologize for that. Joe, I know you finished streaming, you're probably listening to the end of this. It was never personal. You made it personal. I don't know why. I considered you a friend. We've had each other's backs these last 6-7 months. And, you know, it baffles me that we've gotten here. Listen, the only reason why this has escalated is because you've been making all of these accusations. And, you know, as I said, it's not true, Joe. I'm not going to have me character or people that I know. I'm not going to have their characters dragged through the mud because someone has a personal vendetta over Doctor Who news. Do you see how stupid that sounds? Because it does sound stupid, Joe. Nobody wanted this. And look at the fandom, Joe. Look at the fandom. There's one thing you are right about, right? There are people out there that feel like they have to take sides. Yeah? It's not me demanding people take sides. Some people feel like they have to take sides, and then others have had enough and decided to walk away. And they won't come back until all the drama is over, right? So it either stops, or what's going to end up happening is It doesn't matter who's right or wrong in this situation, right? Because I can already see it, right? Is everybody will just get pissed off with the both of us and they won't care who's right or wrong at that stage, and they'll just walk away from both channels. Now, whether you like it or not, you have some of my subs and I have some of your subs because we're all in the same community. We've all been on each other's channels. You know what I mean? So people shouldn't be put in that position. So just listen. You can end this tonight by staying silent now. You've done your video. I've done my video. And you can draw a line under the sand, Joe. Right? So can you do it? Because I certainly can. Because you say I'm the one that keeps doing all this. Everybody can just check my Twitter account to see I haven't actually been saying that, and check my YouTube channel. I haven't actually been saying that or making videos about you. I've only started them lately because obviously you've been coming out with crap and I want to show people. And there's a couple of people in the fandom that want an apology off you. Me, I don't really care if I get one off you or not, because I, to be honest with you, I get so many apologies now. You know what I mean? And then people go back on it that I don't even trust an apology anymore. But if you're willing to draw a line under the sand and stop your madness, stop doing your videos, stop putting up your tweets, then you won't hear anything from me. But I will say this, I'm going to continue to do Doctor Who news. So, you know, we might end up in the same situation in a couple of weeks from now when you release your news and then I get news. You know, what will happen then if it contradicts yours again? Or what happens if it actually backs yours up? See, here's the thing. You know, nobody knows with source news, right? And we won't know. All we do know now, right now, because it came from Jodie Whittaker's mouth. Now, I know you don't believe it. Filming hasn't begun yet, right? So we'll just have to wait and see. That's it. Just if the videos all stop and the tweets all stop, then I wouldn't be reacting, would I? Or other people. I'm just reacting because, you know, not because of me, but because of the other people that are getting hurt through all of this. I mean, Daniel had to put up a statement, and he obviously got his parents to write it up or something, because clearly he put up a statement because he was feeling the heat. Right? Daniel never needed to put up any statement in the first place because nobody should have went after him in the first place and accused him of stuff in the first place. This is Daniel, for God's sake, right? And this is what I've tried. This is the angle that I've been using. People just need to see, even with just that, this person calling Daniel a bully, you should all see it for what it is, a blatant lie. Because when has Daniel ever bullied anybody in this fandom? Right. I'm just going to go because, you know, I wanted to come on because I'd seen he'd come on and he'd brought other people on. And, you know, this is what I'm talking about. He didn't have to do his videos today. If he didn't do his videos today, I wouldn't be on today responding, would I? No, I'd be on tomorrow doing my thing, right? So I'm done now. You got your video last night of all these tweets. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. You will see yourself. You will see yourself. Listen, look, again, you know, I don't play dirty, right? But we've heard a lot. We've seen a lot. That doesn't look good if it was put out there in the public, right? But it's not my responsibility to do that, or Liz or anybody else's. It's the people involved themselves that have been caught up in this. And I wouldn't ask them to either because, again, I don't play dirty. I don't use those tactics. But it is quite shocking. And it needs to stop. So I'm going to go now because I've got things to do. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. This is just me letting you guys all know that I cannot sit back any longer and watch innocent people that I know, vulnerable people, being picked on. And until it stops, I am not going to stop. It's as simple as that. And I know that'll disappoint a few people out there, but at the end of the day, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to let these vulnerable people be abused all the time? Because if I allow it, then his people will turn on me and say, well, you know, you're the one that started this and now look who's, but I didn't. That's the point. That's why I'm trying to nip it in the bud now, because I will be blamed for this. And I am actually being blamed by some quarters because they don't know all the information. They're going off one account on what one person is saying, right? They haven't even checked my channel out or checked my tweets out to see my side of it, right? We had one person in particular saying how disappointed you were in me and Lee, right? Without even actually looking at the evidence, right? So, there, you know, as I said, this is why I had to do this video. And it is the last video. It is the last video I'm doing now, right? So the ball is in Joe's court. If Joe wants to start, Joe can stop this and end all of this now. And I'm telling you right now, he can end this right now, right? But stop doing these videos about me, bringing on other people to actually pile on, right? And to stop putting out these ridiculous tweets about me, Daniel and Lee, about us being evil and about how we're trying to, you know, get people to turn on. I have no troll accounts, right? I don't engage in any of that. I can hardly copy and paste anyway, but it doesn't matter. You guys know who follow me anyway. I'm not capable of that. I don't use underhanded tactics, as I've said from day one, Joe, and you know this. If I've got a problem with someone or I need to say something to someone, I will say it to their face. I don't use underhanded tactics, and I never have, right? And it is very disingenuous of you to say that I'm trolling all these accounts when even you know yourself at the time when I was being accused, you actually even agreed in one of your own videos that I wasn't capable of doing that. But all of a sudden I am now because you don't like me because of a thread. So maybe just, you know, sit back, have a bit of a thought to yourself, think about all the stuff that's happened over the past few weeks, and see do you come to the conclusion that most of us have at this stage, that all of this is nonsense and it needs to stop before genuine people get hurt, right? My wife has already been part of it. Whether you agree or not, Joe, you know, and I'm going to maintain this, if you hadn't attacked me for the 2 or 3 weeks that you have, these trolls wouldn't have came near me because they weren't coming anywhere near me channel. And it was only after all of this happened, then they decided to come onto my account, right? Now, whether you'll want to admit that or not, that you're partly responsible, that's up to you. But this is what happens when you instigate other people, especially troll accounts, because that troll account is followed by these people, and then they come on and thought it was okay to rape shame my wife, okay? And this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been on Twitter with your tweets, sending tweets to this account and telling that this is what we were doing, right? And you won't take any responsibility for that, right? And this is why I have such a problem, right? Because you're making all of this up. I don't care. I'm going to say it straight. I am not doing any of these things that I'm being accused of. Daniel is innocent. Dave is innocent. Emmett is innocent. Cheryl is innocent. And I am innocent, right? We have not done any of the things that we've been accused of. And you have me word on that, right? And as I said, Gary is here now on my chat. He was in the chat with Matrix Lord. I don't have a problem with Gary. Gary is going to be on my stream this weekend. So apparently I have problems with people that support them, and I tell people to unsub and to unfollow you. Gary will, I know Gary won't want to get involved because he said he doesn't want to get involved, but I'm sure if you asked Gary, have I ever said to him to unsub and not stop following you, he will tell you, he will give you a straight answer, and that answer is no, because I don't do that. Joe, Daniel can come on your channel if he wants to. He's got his own free mind. Anybody can go on your channel, be in your chat. They've got their own free mind, right? And just because they go onto your channel doesn't mean I have anything personal against these people. Gary does be on every weekend, for God's sake. See, this is what I don't understand. People need to open their eyes to these lies, because I haven't said that to Gary, right? And I'm pretty sure if he was pushed and asked to say it, he'd tell you out straight. I haven't asked Gary to unsub you. And, you know, if I am this person that's telling, well, then wouldn't I not be the first person to basically say to Gary, blah, 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 all the things that you accuse me of. But I haven't. Because Gary has his own free will. And as Gary said in a tweet, he says, I like both channels. And he's put me in an awkward position. And he's right. So it needs to stop, right? Gary should be, Gary is able and freely able to bounce from channel to channel, right? I don't control it and you don't control it. It's as simple as that. So listen, again, this whole narrative that I have a problem with people that appear on your channel or go in and chat in your channel is actually a load of rubbish. It's actually a load of rubbish. I don't. It's not my tactic. I never would. And even if I have a personal vendetta against you, which I don't, but even if I did, I still wouldn't use those tactics. You know quite well, you know well and good that if I have a problem with someone, I will come to you, Joe. That's the way I do things. So I don't know how you think all of a sudden, when everybody knows that they're the tactics I use, now all of a sudden I'm using different tactics. I don't need to use different tactics because people have come and attacked me and they have fallen. Right? Channel's still here. They have fallen by the wayside. And that's because I approached them face to face. Right? There's nothing better than approaching someone face to face because they can't hide. And he said, Gary says, I will defend you on that, Noel, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Gary, for the little verification there anyway. But I just want to make it clear, I actually don't do this. This is not me tactic, all right? Right, I'm finished anyway. I've went an hour and I have to cook dinner and stuff and do other stuff. But listen, thanks for listening. And Joe, just one final word to you, mate. There's a chance to stop this now. And I really do think you should take a step back. You know, think about the stuff that's been happening over the past few weeks. And I want you to come to the realization that you've went too far. Because you have. And you know, it's sad because, as I said, I classed you as a friend. You had my back and I had your back. And which you did. And I'll always thank you for that. But I'm sorry, Joe. I'm not going to have anybody attack me the way you've been attacking me. I'm not going to have anybody attack me the way you attack me friends and say the things that you're saying without some sort of response. I'm sorry, it's not in me. I'm not made that way. And neither are you. If you were thought you're being slated, that's why you've come out. But you haven't been, mate. I've told you several times now. This was not personal. And I need you to get that into your head. This was not personal. Never personal. And with that, I'm going to leave it. Listen, thank you all for listening. And I know this was a surprise stream for everybody. So I hope you enjoyed it. I know people, the reason why I did this, because I kind of want to draw a line under all the drama anyway, right? And as you can see, I'm not screaming or shouting, and I haven't raised my voice, right? I've been calm through the whole lot of this video. All I want the fandom to go back to some sort of the way it was. Yes, the J-bots will still do their thing, but we shouldn't be fighting with each other, right? There's loads of other people getting caught up in the crossfire, and it's not fair on them, right? And do you really want to live? Do you really want it to have it on your conscience, right? Because I know I certainly don't. If it goes too far and someone gets pushed over the edge and does something stupid, that's what you have to look at, right? How far are you willing to go, right? Because I thought with my wife going into hospital that would have been some sort of wake-up call. But it obviously wasn't. So how far are you really willing to go, right? Does someone have to end up dead or in hospital because of the mental abuse, because of the stress, because of all of this? Because I don't want to live with that on my conscience. So seriously, take a long, hard look at what's happened the last 2 weeks. And please come to the conclusion that you've gone too far. And even if you just say that, even if you say, yeah, I've gone too far, I don't want an apology off you, Joe, because it doesn't mean nothing, to be quite honest with you. Because I know there's going to be some other incident probably down a few weeks from now where you're not going to like what I have to say about news or whatever, right? But I wish the playground games would stop. At the end of the day, we both do Doctor Who news, right? You don't obviously like the way I do it, right? That's fine, fair enough, right? So we just ignore each other. If that's what needs to happen, we'll ignore each other. But I would like if you stopped your campaign, because I'm being honest, you know, nearly losing my wife, it was one of the most devastating things and most horrific things that I've ever been through, and I've been through a lot, right? And it was brought on by stress, okay? Now, as I said, if you hadn't attacked me page for 2 or 3 weeks, these trolls would never have even dreamt of coming anywhere near me because I destroyed them the first time. But because you kept your campaign going, they seen it. And then, as I said, you put all those tweets up, which I put in a video last night. Everybody could see the stuff that you were saying to people and instigating to people. If you hadn't done any of that, this whole situation wouldn't have got out of hand. So just think about everything that's happened over the last 2 or 3 weeks and ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth getting everybody annoyed, upset? And, you know, is it worth people's mental health? Because for me, it's not. So this is the last video I'm doing on this. I'm not going to actually address this anymore now. I am done. This is the last one, and I mean it this time. I'm done. Because you know what, Joe, I have a conscience, and I don't want anybody's death on my conscience, right? This whole mental health thing, because this is what's happening. It's damaging people's mental health. I have a conscience, and I don't want anybody's death on my conscience. So I hope you're the same, and I hope you really do look back the last couple of weeks of what's happened and what you've been writing up, and you've come to the conclusion that maybe you did go too far. And even if there is some sort of acknowledgement, that's good enough for me. It might be good enough for the rest of the people that got caught up in this, but it'll certainly be good enough for me, because I just want this to be over. Because listen, our friends and our friends, we have friends. Both of us have mutual friends. Our friends, it's not fair on them, right? Okay, you're saying I'm making people choose. I'm not making people choose, but this is what this situation is doing, and it's unfair, right? People shouldn't have to choose who they support, right? They should support the both of us, end of. And again, Joe, I've never asked people to stop following you or unsub you. I've just told people that your behavior, yeah, I don't like your behavior, right? But there's no way. I'm not that kind of person. Why would I listen, I don't need to do anything anyway. If people just seeing what I'm saying and what others are saying, well, then they can make up their own minds, can't they? But I don't want anybody's death on my conscience, so I'm stopping now. So if you continue, now I'm just going to point this out now, guys. I've told you I'm stopping now. So when this video ends, there's no more, right? Now, if he goes now in the next couple of days or tonight and does more videos about me, well, then I all want you to actually sit up and take notice of what's happening now, right? Because I'm sick of you guys coming to me and telling me that I need to stop, right? If he continues even after I stopped this video and said I wanted to stop, then you all know who the real issue is in this fandom, right? And don't come to me ever again and say you need to stop, right? Because I'm telling you now, it's done, right? So if this person continues the next couple of days after I've said I'm stopping now, well, then that's down to them and not down to me, okay? Now, I'm going to say to the rest of you as well, anybody that sees him saying anything about me, Lee, Daniel, or anybody else that out there, you have not to respond to him, because he is using this every time someone responds. Well, Noel's had to send them, or Lee is had to send them. You haven't to respond anymore. And that goes for Lee and everybody else out there, including myself. We are done now. We're drawing a line under it. You've not to comment anymore. Even if the comment upsets you, you've not to comment anymore. It's done. Okay? Now, I want everybody's word on that, right? That they're not going to engage anymore. After tonight, I'm stopping, right? If he continues to engage and continues to do what he does, I don't want any of you guys coming to me telling me, for starters, and I don't want any of you guys responding. Obviously, if you guys follow him, you can respond all you want, because I can't tell you whether or not. But if you are friends of mine and you are representing my channel, I'm telling you now, you don't have my permission to respond, because it looks bad on my channel, right? You're representing my channel, right? When you come on here, you're representing my channel. So I want you to behave in a way that's appropriate. So, as I said, last thing, if this continues after I've said tonight that I'm done, well, then I want all of you guys to look at the real culprit in this fandom and stop coming to me. All right? Because I'm done now listening to people telling me it's my fault. It's not my fault. It never was my fault. Have I played my part in it since it's all started? Yes, but because I have to defend myself and defend my friends, and I'm not going to stop ever doing that. I told you, it doesn't matter who it is, I'll defend them. Right? So I'm done now, okay? So I want everybody's word. I want everybody's word that represents this channel, that comes on and be a guest on this channel. If you do see anything from this guy about me or others, he's having to respond, okay? Because you represent my channel and it look bad. It's as simple as that, okay? We're done now. We've drawn a line under it. I've said my piece. He said his piece tonight. It's done, okay? And the first person that I do see that comments to him and says something that starts it all up again, I will be removing you from my channel. Done. That's how serious I am. I'm not listen. People's mental health are being is suffering, and I'm not having nobody's death on my conscience, as I said. So even if I have to get rid of some of you guys here, I will do that to protect my channel and to protect those people out there that are vulnerable. So it's over. It's over. No more responses, please. Right? Because the people responding, it doesn't help the situation either. Right? So it's done. And I know it's hard sometimes, because sometimes I find it hard, but you have to. Right? It's done. Right? I'm saying it's done. He's saying he's willing to give it a chance according to some people. So let's see if he's a man of his word. Right? Let's see if Joe's a man of his word and doesn't retaliate after this. Now, if he does videos after the fact that I said I'm done, right? Well, then, as I said, you know where to look. Don't be coming to me anymore. Right, with that, I'm going to go. Listen, we're back tomorrow. I'm on Rabbi's stream. And then I'm here tomorrow night on my channel with Ninja Night. Then on Thursday, we're on Rabbi's channel yet again for the quiz and the comic book pitch. And then on Friday, the Tardis Zone talks, where you guys get to come on, give you our opinions. And then, of course, the weekend, we have the following. Now, on Sunday, thanks to Lee, I want you to check this out. So on Sunday we have... all work by Lee, obviously. So that's the new Who trailer. He actually did what I wanted him to do. So when I asked him for the time vortexes, and while me, himself, and Cheryl having a private conversation, and Cheryl had to explain it to him because he didn't quite understand what I was saying, because you know me, I don't explain things properly. And then he was going, I'll see what I can do, right? But Jesus, I'll watch it again. Here we go. There you go. And that's what Lee does be busy doing, by the way. Okay? So again, just kind of want to dispute this nonsense that Lee's gone around trolling people. Right? Lee responds to comments that are made about him, and he has every right to reply. But that was his latest trailer. So we've got a new trailer for, obviously, he's done a trailer for the Tardis Zone talks. We've got the classic Who trailer now. We've got the new Who trailer, and we've got the main channel trailer also. Absolutely fantastic. If you do want to check out Lee's work, actually, Lee, would you like to put up your YouTube channel, my friend, in the chat there? Go and check out Lee's YouTube channel, where he's going to be putting all his work up. He's already put his videos up. I've left a few comments myself there. Go and check it out. And as I said now, right, I'm going to head. But listen, mate. Listen, guys, I should say. As I said, I'm done. This was the last video, and it is the last video. As I said, now, if this continues on, don't come to me, because I'm not doing anything. This guy doesn't provide any evidence about, as I said, doesn't provide any evidence that I'm asking people to troll and do this, that, and the other. But if this person continues after them saying that they're willing to stop, well, then you know where the problem is. Don't come to me anymore, right? Because this is what will happen. You come to me and say you need to stop, I'm going to tell you to go and fuck yourself. All right? It's as simple as that. Because I'm not involved in any of this, and I'm sick of people blaming me on stuff. And yes, just because, right, I came into this fandom and I've given the J-bots a hard time, yeah, doesn't mean that I'm this, that, and the other, right? I defend myself against those people, and yet I'm the toxic one. Get away. You need to start using your logic here, right? I'm not toxic. Right? Anybody that knows me knows I'm not toxic. Right, I'm gone. So listen, don't forget, as I said, back tomorrow on my channel, Rabbi's channel. Thursday on Rabbi's channel. Friday, we've got the Tardis Zone talks. On Saturday, we've got the Classic Who stream. And then on Sunday, we've got New Who. Next week, though, we have Star Wars. So it's all Star Wars next week. Okay? We've got Star Wars next week. So come and join us for that. We're going to be doing the trilogy, the original trilogy. And we're also going to be reviewing the season 1 of The Mandalorian, because season 2 is about to start, if I'm correct. So we're going to do The Mandalorian. We're going to review that as well. Everybody, thanks in the chat for the super chats. To me moderators, thank you. And by the way, if you think you're going to be in the chat all the time and would like to be considered moderator, please let our head mods know. And the head mods in the chat are Daniel, Lee, or Chris. Obviously, if the wife is there, then she becomes head mod. But Cheryl will be taking a break for the channel for the foreseeable future. Anyway, but yeah, so if you want to become a mod, let me know, because as I said, I had to get rid of a few mods that haven't showed up. So if you're here every night that I'm streaming and you'd like to be considered a mod, let Lee know, me know, Chris know, or Daniel know, and we will see what the story is with you. And then we will see if you're good enough to be a Tardis Zone mod. We haven't come up with a name for it, like the Modrotics, which is deadly. So Gary said he'd love it. Well, Gary, you are around all the time. Yeah, Gary, if you want, see, look, I'll prove my point. If you want to be moderator, I will gladly make you moderator the next stream. No problem. Welcome aboard. If that's okay with the rest of me moderators, then welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Again, as I said, I don't have anything personal with anybody that if they still continue to support Joe. Joe, at the end of the day, has a YouTube channel and people do and will support him. And I have no problem with that, never have, you know what I mean? So, again, that's another thing they kind of need to leave out. I don't really care. So, right, so yeah, Gary said he'll do it and he has no commitments. Right, so what happens is obviously comments on both sides. If you see any nasty comments from even our side, they've been removed. I'm sure the lads in the chat, when I make you moderator, I'm sure the lads in the chat will get you going there and they'll let you know what needs to be done. So welcome aboard. Right, I'm going to leave. I'm going to say good night to you all. I'll talk to you all very, very soon. I'll leave you with Lee's main channel trailer. Don't forget to check out his YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel now dedicated to all of these his bits of work. So go and check them out and give him support. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have a good Good night, folks. Stay well. And just to let you know, I forgot to tell you, Cheryl is home and she's doing fine. She's still in recovery, still will need to get tests done. But I just wanted to, I forgot to tell you, actually, she's home now. So I just want to personally thank everybody for the personal well wishes. It's meant a lot to me and Cheryl to know that, you know, that there are people out there that genuinely care. And it's been a real eye-opener. So I want to thank everybody, including those members of the Fandom Menace who rallied around me. I really appreciate it. I know I gave out about you, but you came through and you came through. So I just want to say that I was angry. I have to be honest. I did say a lot of things because of anger and because I was upset. But I will say thank you to those people in the Fandom Menace. And thank you to all you guys in the chat and all the messages of support. It's been absolutely wonderful. We'll never forget it. And thank you all for the super chats as well. I really do appreciate all the support we do. And we will see you all during the week. Stay safe, folks. Listen, you know, life is too short for all of this bull, to be quite honest with you. And I think it's time that we all just, you know, get on with it. So good night. See you later and stay safe.